We're at a new pond. Never been here, never fished this area before. Kind of surprised to see some people up in here. Got fellow anglers out on the lake today. But as you can see, it's a pretty big pond. I drive by here all the time. Whenever I'm checking out some new water, I'm gonna throw my go-to, which is a rooster tail. I'm hoping for some largemouth. We'll see how it goes. I tried to fish this morning, but didn't have any luck. So we're just going out checking it out again today. Feels like there's a lot of weeds. Just like that. Alright, first bass out of the new pond. And just a little guy. We'll throw him back. Nothing to write home about here, but let's get him back and let him grow. Thought I was kind of out in the middle of nowhere. This is just a pond on the side of the road, but there's a gentleman here with his kid fishing. The kid's throwing a whopper plopper. I think he's got the same pole I do. See some signs of life out here. Pretty grassy bottom. I'm assuming I'm just pulling weeds. That's what I'm doing at the moment. Little salady. Little bit of mosquitoes out tonight. Got my sidekick. Hopefully we can get a couple people up in here. Trying to work that rooster tail a little bit faster, keep it up off the bottom. Trying to keep my gear out of the bushes too. Lots of salad. See if I can move you guys a little closer before anybody gets up in here. Oh, we got two people. Hey, thanks for stopping by, checking us out. Hold on, I'm gonna try to move you guys a little closer to the pond. New to me spot. I've never fished here, and Off to a decent start. So far, so good. Got one tiny bass, nothing to write about. But it's the first fish I've caught all day. Sorry, trying to find a good place for the tripod here. If you're new to the channel, pickles, that's for sure, man. New spot. I don't know if I'd call it a lake. It's good to see you, buddy. You know me, always giving you motion sickness with the camera. Just trying to find a good place to park. Yeah, you guys won't be able to get as close as I want. I'll have to move you to like right here. Sometimes I feel like I spend more time playing with gear than anything else. Pretty grassy bottom. Just got a little rooster tail tied on. Anytime I'm checking out somewhere new, my go-to is a rooster tail. Got some other people out on the pond, which I'm kind of surprised to see. I mean, it's a pond on the side of the road. Yeah. I don't know what the minimum is. There's definitely no name. I think if you have a name, then you're considered a lake. The road is about 3 feet behind you right now. Pretty grassy. You know, I think as the sun starts going down a little bit, I'll tie on that frog, maybe throw that frog around. Probably end up throwing a Ned rig. I came here this morning and I just got my ass kicked. I did catch a fish, I think, because it hit my popper, that new Rapala that I just bought, and it dove straight into the sticks, wrapped me up, and broke me off. So, you know, Monday things happening on a Monday, that's for sure. Quite a bit of brush here. Tucked into this corner, and I am weeding. There is tons of salad. Doesn't look very deep, probably 4 or 6 feet. Hope you're having a good Monday, man. Said you had some thunderstorms over the weekend. Hope that passed. Doing the salad dance. Hopefully it pops off, but it never does. Never does. Pretty smelly at the moment. I was surprised. There's a guy and his kid here, and they're doing some fishing as well. But it's the nicest day we've had in a while. trying to keep that rod tip up. I don't want that rooster tail getting too low. I just kind of keep it in the middle, and hopefully I can get something to hook up. Tiny perch aren't bad, man. You live close by some water there, Mr. Pickles? This is actually like a two-part pond. Behind me, there's another separate pond that kind of connects into this, and I've fished that before. Had fairly good luck. And never fished this side though, because everybody tells me to fish the other side. But I mean, I think they connect. And then I think it runs out that way. Like if you look on Google Maps, it shows there's a canal that runs out that way. But I had my yak and I'd been over there and I tried it 100 times and it doesn't seem to connect through. It just doesn't seem to connect. You know, Google Maps is a liar. Maybe it did at one time, but the vegetation has long taken it over. Oh boy. That rooster tail's looking good moving through the water. I'm gonna keep throwing it. There's a little island out to the left in the center of the pond, surrounded by lily pads. I'm just kind of, it curves in here and then back out and around. Picked up one baby, but it's like a big boy, pound and a half. After finding that new honey hole out in the forest, it's this is pretty slow pace. I have to readjust to not catching every cast. Edited that video down, made it a little more bearable. I'm still not loving the quality of these lives, but I'm working on half a bar of 4G, you know? No, not really. No signs of life on the pond. Wind's picked up just a little. It's pretty glassy where I'm at now. But you move off to the right there and there's a little bit of a breeze. Ooh. Just got hit. Missed it. You just barely pecked it. I'm running a pretty big rooster tail. This is more like for a stream. It's a big long torpedo. I typically like the smaller little bells. They seem to get more love. We might change out here in a minute. It's nice when the rods and reels dialed in. I mean, we're making great casts, covering lots of water. Working that rooster tail, probably mid water. I can see it. Water clarity's not too bad. Got the sidekick with me as always. She's pretty restless. Normally I take her to work with me and either she just sits in the truck or I'll tie her up outside if I'm doing like an outside project. I can do that today. It was too hot, didn't want to leave her in the truck. Got up to maybe 70, no, 68, but it was warm. It was warm here, beautiful day, which doesn't happen all that often. You gotta be quicker on that. I just saw big fish turn over there. We might switch out to a speed worm here in a minute. Hopefully drag a little less salad. Right into some logs or something. Just dragging a ton of grass. Not even fishing. I think I might switch up my rig. Might go speed worm, see if that makes a difference. I think I'm casting out a little farther than what the people who fish here do. And that area of the pond isn't weeded because nobody fishes it. I didn't think anybody fished here anyways, to be honest, but creature of habit for sure. I always something jumps. We're seeing some signs of life as the sun's going down a little bit. We're seeing definitely some more signs of life on the pond. Jumping up, eating those mosquitoes. Yeah, this rooster tail isn't the ticket. I need to either change to like a frog, some top water. I didn't bring any poppers or anything because, well, I lost one I had and I don't have one in this kit. I did bring my frogs. I think it'd be super cool. I'm gonna wait till the sun goes down a little bit and then maybe I'll start throwing a frog around. Might switch it. Yeah, there's some movement going on the pond. That gets me kind of excited. That rooster tail looks pretty, but I think we're gonna switch it up. Leave it up to the chat. What do you guys want to see? Me not catch a fish on a combat frog, or to catch fish on a Ned rig. You know, the quest definitely continues. So I guess the real choice is pocket frog or big boy frog. Let's throw that big boy frog. Hope for the best. You know, I always say, why reach for the stars when that light bulb is so much closer? Let's get that frog tied on. At least I won't be pulling salad. We're probably 2-3 hours from sunset. I don't know what time it is. I don't really care, to be honest. I finally got my my cot today that I've been talking about for camping, and I'll have a review on that. I don't know, tomorrow or so. I got the video out. I just gotta get it uploaded and moved over. I'm excited. That thing is nice. It's gonna be a little big for that particular tent that I have, but I just don't like sleeping on the ground. And I've been looking, I got these pads, but that cot is definitely not ultralight. That thing weighs 12 pounds at least, I'm gonna throw this froggy around, see if we can get some action. There's some pretty thick grass right in front of us. See what we can do. Just when you start to say nice things about your wheel, you're a monster bird nest. Hey, if you're just getting here, thanks for time checking us out. We're live fishing every day, 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. Checking out a new pond. Never been here before. Caught one little baby on just a rooster tail or inline spinner. I'm trying to change it up. Throw this, it's a pretty grassy bottom, and it's been a personal quest of mine to catch one on the topwater frog. This seems like it'd be the place to do it. No luck yet. If I don't get any bites after, I don't know, 50-60 casts, I'll probably switch it up to like a Ned rig. I am seeing some signs of life on the pond, but not too many. Just kind of slow working that frog. Just past the bank, there's some tall grass there. See some action just right over there. We'll see if we can get it to Got 3 people up in here. Shout out to you. Smash that like button. I'd imagine there'd be all kinds of bullfrogs and stuff in here. I don't hear them, which is kind of odd to me. About 2-3 miles from the house. Oh, I lied. We're about 4. You know, this little lever, if you turn it, you can throw it farther. But if you turn it too much, you get to enter the fun world of backlashes. Might switch it up down a Ned rig, speed worm it. It seems like it'd be, or go back to the rooster tail. I think we're just a little too early for this top water. The pond's starting to liven up. It's about 7 o'clock here, and got about 3 hours till sunset. Let's tie on a Ned rig. That seems to be my personal favorite. Being a creature of habit, you catch a fish one time, you're gonna throw that same lure for the rest of your life. Let's go ahead and get that tied on. Just a pumpkin color. Sorry where my camera is. Ned rig. I also got some monster craws that I'm kind of dying to use. Haven't. I don't think I've ever caught some on rodents and different creatures. Lately, I've just kind of been on a zoom worm kick. I don't think but I do have a big crawfish. That might kind of be fun to throw around. We'll throw a worm around for a little bit and switch up to a different soft plastic. As you can see, the mosquitoes are starting to kick up a little bit. Gotta spit on that thing, right? Always lubricate your knots. Alright, all rigged up. Speed worm, new pond, one fish caught, 300 more to go. Something a little bigger would be nice. You just got a hog down there. Yeah, good job. One eight. That was a nice fish. I'm not used to fishing with other people, so this is a new experience. There's a guy with his kid down there, which makes me happy. I always like seeing other people fishing. This ain't my pond. Even if it was, I wouldn't care. So. That jig's pretty light, and the rod's not really loving it at the moment. Seems like sometimes I'm spending more time playing with my gear than fishing. What'd you get? 1.7. That's a good fish. Yeah. 1.7. That's not bad. Still pulling in a little grass. Can't see my speed worm in the water. Having a heck of a time trying to get the rod dialed in. There we go, that's pretty good. Rod dialed in, making decent cast. The struggle continues. I was pulling out a lot of grass, getting eaten up by mosquitoes, definitely testing my patience. But some thick clouds moving in. Shout out to the 3 people up in here. Thanks for taking the time to check out the channel. Live fishing every day on the 7s. Just checking out a new pond. Caught one on a rooster tail, got a Ned rig and some soft plastic, hoping for the best. Occasionally throwing bird nests. I think we might need a little more weight. I can't seem to get the reel dialed in for this particular section. Hey, if you're just getting here, thanks for checking us out. New pond, fishing for largemouths on the side of the road. Currently spending more time playing with their gear than we are fishing, but that seems par for the course. Hey, got 3 people in here. Smash that like button. Come on, how many guys are live on the side of the road on a Monday? There it is. Yeah, all of 3 inches. But it's better than nothing. I go. Back you go, little fella. Lost him into the weeds. Hopefully he makes his way back to the water. Alright, bass number 2 on the Med Rig. I knew if I was patient and kept throwing it, I'd find one. Those bass are so small, we'll count that as 1 fish. 2 4s equal an 8. Using bar logic now. 2 5s equal a 10, right? Might change that to a little heavier rig so I can get it out a little further. Tie on something monstrous. Want a monster fish, you gotta use big bait, right? That's the theory. Bass are aggressive. What do you think of that? It's huge. That's alright. We're just having fun. We already caught a couple fish. Might as well tie on something a little different. This speed worm is probably definitely larger than anything I've caught in this pond thus far. I really wish I had a creature bait, like a rodent or a lizard of some sort. Might switch it up. Been doing a lot of bass fishing lately. Might switch up and go to do some trout tomorrow. You know, I got all these fancy rooster tails, but break it up. If the weather was a little better, and get out there into the ocean and do some perch fishing. But the weather's not better. Been researching places to catch crappie. This is our current setup. The thing is a beast and a half. We'll throw it out there, see if we can't find something. little heavier weight, making good casts. I think we just lost one at the bank. Turn them brakes down. Keep trying to get this reel dialed in. It was on point with that rooster tail. Yeah, gotta trying to fish the bank line because that's where I think they are, but the problem with that is I'm pulling a lot of weeds. It's alright, keep making good casts. Pay off. Maybe we'll trim up this worm a little bit. I don't think the color's too bad. I just think it's just too big for this pond. I'll go ahead and give him a modify. He can go from 6 to 4. Take a curve off of this tail. Trim him down a little bit more manageable size. Leave the heavier hook on though. Hopefully it can pay off. Perfectly rigged soft plastic. Brand new pond. Let's get it. Fur line coat. If you're new here, thanks for checking us out on a Monday. Live fishing 7 days a week, twice a day. Always check your tip. Always. Couple bit of gold bald eagles. I think we'll switch it up back to that inline spinner. Got a little smaller one, little brighter color. You know, we caught one earlier on the inline. Caught one on a soft plastic. Just kind of switching it up. This guy is, he's not a rooster tail, he's a, tiger tail, which in my understanding is like a mini rooster tail. I wish I would have had some weight, because he's pretty light, and I think I'm gonna have a hard time throwing him. This is a terrible idea. There's not enough weight on it. Got a little inline spinner. If you're just getting here, hey, thanks for checking us out. We live fish every day. Pond behind me is new to me. Never fished here before. Been fishing in about an hour. Got 2 small bass. And just having a good time. Just trying to relax after work. Get out and do some fishing. If that sounds like your thing, consider subscribing, you know? Like I said, we're out every day. Got a little tiger tail. I think it's going to be too light for what we're trying to do. But I think we're going to try to do it anyway. I think once we get that reel dialed in a little bit, I don't think that tiger tail is going to be too bad. Thanks for taking the time to rock with me on a Monday. That's the problem throwing light gear. You know, some days you spend more time fighting your gear than you do. Look at that mess. Don't worry about it. It's just a bird's nest at the bottom of the reel. Sometimes Mondays just be like that. You gotta keep fishing anyways. We'll get this bird nest out. We'll throw that inline spinner. New to me pond. Pretty shallow, pretty grassy. Already caught 2 bass thus far. But they're teeny. We're talking little dinks, man. But 2 3-inchers equal a 6, right? Is that how that works? Hey, got 5 people. Thanks for checking me out on a Monday. New to me backyard, or not backyard pond. Just a pond on the side of the road. And we are catching the ever patented grass bass. Got a little tiger tail. Tiger tail is just a fancy word for inline spinner. And we're actually tied onto the wrong spot, so we're gonna tie onto the right spot. Hopefully it spins a little better, and we can hook up. See, that's my problem. That's my barrel over there, and I'm tied onto the wrong part. It's not used to him having a spinner or a barrel swivel on it. I don't know why it does. Normally that's the part I tie onto. I know the internet talks a lot of crap about clinch knots, but they're my go-to. Caught some monster fish on a clinch knot. Or a modified clinch knot if I'm feeling crazy. Maybe really get dangerous and do like a Palomar, right? Pure freaking ludicrousy. Alright, let's see if we can throw this out without bird nesting it, catch another fish, and live our little lives. Yeah, I think it's just my tension knob's too loose. The brakes are too small. I don't know what the deal is, but no, it wasn't too bad. Something turned out on the other side of the pond, but I would need my drone to get over there or a kayak. A kayak is probably a better choice. You can go to a little bigger inline, like the one I had on earlier. This guy is fine, but I can't cast it worth a shit. I'm just bird nesting my line the whole time. Not enough weight for this particular bait caster setup, or I think if I had a weight to throw on there, it'd be okay, but the way it sits now is I'm just throwing bird's nest. Too much tension, not enough tension, too much brake, not enough brake. I just can't seem to get it dialed in. I'm gonna throw on that other inline, and hopefully we can catch some fish. And another thing about that little tiger tail is the blade wouldn't spin on me. I don't know if I was not working it fast enough, I was working it too fast, or that little blade just didn't want to move. I was just dragging an orange piece of metal through the water. I'm not saying that's not going to work, I'm just saying I don't know. I'd prefer if it spun. So this is the guy we're tying on. Just yeah, I'm a big fan of inline spinners. If I'm checking out a new pond, it is for sure my go-to thing. Lots of things will hit an inline spinner. Yeah, lots of different things. I'm gonna go with the little bigger one. Lots of bugs around. Haven't seen too many signs of fish turning over. A couple here and there, but nothing I'd say is like major action. I think I might switch it up tomorrow morning and do some trout. There's a spot not too far from the house, and I haven't been there before, so new trout fishing tomorrow at 7 a.m. If you're here now, I'd love to see you there in the future. Live fishing every day on the 7th, 7 a.m., 7 p.m. In the morning, I typically fish something new. In the afternoon, I'm at the backyard pond or fishing something that I want to fish again. Like if I find a new spot and I do pretty good, or if I find a new spot and I get my ass kicked and I need to prove myself, then I'll go back and fish that. But new fishing every day on the 7s all summer long. Thanks for checking us out. There we go. Oh boy! What are you throwing? What kind of bait are you running? Yeah. Yeah, those rooster tails seem to be working the best. I was throwing a Ned rig and got a little one, but I think inline spinners are the way to go at the moment. Dang, got somebody else pulled up behind us. I guess this is the spot. Like, who had any idea? He's in like a Ford Flex. I don't know. And he is like, we'll say, precariously parked. He's parked very. The shoulder of the asphalt's about this big, and then it's to a 90-degree drop, and like a 40. Big steep drop for a itty bitty car, and he's definitely parked in the ditch. I can feel it. I can feel that rooster tail working. I can see it. That makes me happy. Nice knowing your bait's performing like it should. Lure? I guess it's not technically bait. I guess it's a lure. You know, get a bait caster, they said. Smooth as butter, they said. Struggling a little bit on a Monday, but it's alright. New pond, never been here before. Caught 2 little fish. Better than no little fish. Some fish starting to jump out there, that's a good sign. Pretty grassy bottom, so I'm just trying to keep my rod tip up. Moving in the middle. Trying to stay out of the grass. Hope you're having a great Monday. I guess that's setting the bar a little high. Hope you're having a mediocre Monday. Like you didn't step on any Legos. Dog didn't get hit by a car. Kathy in accounting smiled at you. I mean, just a mediocre Monday, you know? Hey, shout out to you if you're just getting here. Thanks for checking this out on a Monday afternoon. Monday evening. Hope yours went well. New to me pond. We're throwing an inline spinner, hoping for largemouth bass. That sounds like something you'd be interested in, man. Think about subbing. We're live fishing every day. On the grind to 5,000 subs. Keeping it simple. Inline spinner. Let's get it. Finally got that rod dialed in. Making good casts. I can feel that inline spinner working. Pretty grassy bottom. Trying to keep my tip up and out of the weeds. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everything in between, what do you think of the new pond? Ended up with 2 bass, and can't complain about that. Sun's going down. I'm gonna take the dog for a run before it gets too dark. This has been Outdoors with Dunk. If you're into live fishing and you enjoyed the vid, if not, well, we'll catch you on the next one. Until then, go outside. It's good for your soul. Peace.